Here is my gift offering for you guys for not uploading for like almost a full week. Yeah, here's Andy. His hair's growing back. Still a good boy. And I know I haven't shown you guys for him in a while. So yeah, here he is. Here's my offering. Here's my present. Forgive me. Leave me likes and subscribe. What's up, guys? Omni here. You guys know how it goes. Another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Remember the last episode I said I was going to try to keep things short and it ended up being like 40 minutes. So for this episode, we have a lot of topics to talk about. This time I am going to do my best to keep things short. Okay, just to kind of condense it because there's so many announcements basically that doesn't require going too far into detail. So just sit back, relax. I'll catch you guys up on basically what's been happening this week, and yeah, let's get into it. Guys, before we get into anything else, I'm happy to announce that today's sponsor is Manscaped, a premium global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Look, fellas, I know, you know, we know. Sometimes grooming can be really dangerous, all right? It ain't safe on these streets, okay? Let's not beat around the bush. I know how it goes, all right? You're trying to freshen up, you're trying to clean up, okay? But also, you're not trying to slash your nuts off. Well, fear not. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer. Bam! The new Lawnmower 4.0. The guys over at Manscaped let me be one of the first people to try out their new Lawnmower 4.0. It's waterproof, it's cordless, and let me tell you, it works. It's got these ceramic blades with what's called like skin safe technology, which really makes you feel safe when you're trimming, which I think is actually, you know, the most important thing. But yeah, you can charge it wirelessly. It's got an LED light, you know, just in case you want to cut your balls in the dark. So yeah, guys, if you're trying to stay fresh and clean without removing your ability to produce children, click the link below to get 20% off plus free international shipping when you use promo code OMNI at manscaped.com. And again, special thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video. So first, let's start off in gaming, okay? Generation Game said Jacko's second DLC character launches this Friday, which is tomorrow, and how people have been performing her crouch stance, hashtag Jack Pose Challenge, and it's a picture everywhere I go. If you've been on Twitter or any part of gaming news anywhere, you've probably seen this new character, this girl named Jacko, posing in a way where, you know, she leans forward and just, you know, butt straight up in the air and with legs spread open. That's the Jacko pose. As I know you guys are all wondering, yes, I can do the Jacko pose. And yes, I am caked AF. More in gaming news, this one's really quick. Morgana from Persona 5, the cat that keeps telling you to go to sleep every single night, is in Super Monkey Ball. Last week we talked about how Kiryu from Yakuza series is in Monkey Ball, and now Morgana's in it, and there's some cursed delete tweet from Georff where he says, "Into the ball she goes. This tweet has been deleted." So this is one of the add this to the deleted tweets curse inventory. Number 3 in gaming, Edvex, he said, Deep Silver announces Saints Row Reboot coming to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 February 25th, 2022. And I'm not gonna lie, I have not ever played Saints Row, but I know a lot of people have played this game. It's a pretty big deal, and just here's some of the pictures that you guys can see. So yeah, in case you guys wanted to play Saints Row, it is coming out for you to play next year. Number 4, I will keep this short, Pokemon Go. We talked about this whole huge movement on Pokemon Go. People were upset because Pokemon Go reverted the changes of the radius in terms of how far it takes for you to get to Pokestops after, I guess, the pandemic started climbing down, and everyone was big baby rage mad on the internet and started yelling at Niantic, telling them to please revert their reversions back. They wrote a big old community letter to Pokemon Go, and I was like, they ain't gonna do nothing. It's Pokemon, it's Nintendo, they ain't Game Freak, they ain't gonna talk to you. Well, they did. Not only did they respond before the actual date that they requested, but they went forward and ahead and made the reversions back. It says here from Brew and a lot of you guys, Niantic finally listened to the Pokemon community and setting the Pokestop distance back to 80 meters, which essentially means that you do not have to be right on a Pokestop to visit a Pokestop, and everyone is super happy. I cannot believe that happened. I did not see that coming. I am pleasantly surprised, and everyone on the internet is also. Pokemon is just getting W after W after W, especially after that whole Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon remakes. The Pokemon community is just very, very happy this year. Dubs everywhere, and yeah. Last in gaming news, Pokemon Unite made this tweet, said, okay trainers, Blastoise September 1st, that is all, hashtag Pokemon Unite. In case you guys don't know, Pokemon Unite is the MOBA type game where you can kind of like League of Legends, but you know, less toxic, whatever. Blastoise is here. A lot of people were kind of upset because the last two characters that came out wasn't Blastoise. I believe it was Sylveon, and I forget who the other person was. But yeah, Blastoise is in here, and everyone's really happy, which means you get to play as Squirtle. This is his character, as you've been watching from the background, and yeah, there you go. Blastoise and Pokemon Unite. Pivoting from gaming, we're going to go into some film and world news type stuff, you know, culture, pop culture, whatever you want to call it. Cryopod said Cowboy Bebop live action is coming November 19th, 2021. Pretty good casting, in my opinion. We've already talked about John Cho and how he's going to be on there. I'm not exactly sure who these two guys are in terms of their actual characters, but this is Jet, and this is Faye Valentine. So a lot of people have some mixed reviews on this because people are kind of basically worried it's Netflix live adaptation. One of the biggest things you'll probably see right off the bat is that no one is holding a cigarette. Whereas in the original OG series, literally everyone was smoking. There was a time and place back in the day in anime where everyone's smoking cigarettes. Yeah, people were kind of worried because they're worried that they're not going to make it as good as the OG. But so far, I feel like this is good. It's going in the right direction. The execution is what's going to matter. And I just pray Cowboy Bebop is one of the OG of anime. Cowboy Bebop is like the anime when someone says they've never watched anime, that you usually would show them first. You know, you would just be like something quick, short, sweet, good animation, kind of adult themed or whatever. This is usually the first one, so I really do hope they do this justice. Now guys, this one's huge, okay? Thunderwing said Spider-Man No Way Home trailer broke records on the internet. And if you guys do not know, Spider-Man No Way Home, it got leaked. And I can't believe that it got leaked and it still broke records. But Spider-Man No Way Home is the kind of megaverse, or I'm sorry, not even megaverse. I forget what it's called, the Spider-Verse, all the universes start blending or mixing or something like that. But yeah, Spider-Man is basically, you know, the last time we saw him, people knew who his character was. People knew that Spider-Man was Peter Parker. He asked Doctor Strange to, hey, can you change that? And Doctor Strange was like, okay, sure, it's dangerous, but I'll do it. And then yeah, you watch the trailer, and the biggest surprise here with this trailer is that you get to see a preview of all of the villains from the prior Spider-Man. You don't get to see Electro, but you see like a bunch of electricity, so I think that's Electro. Then you see one of those green balls from the Green Goblin basically like roll out on there, so you're gonna have the Green Goblin. I don't know if it's gonna be William Dafoe or not, but it better be, because he's literally like the king. And you also have, oh, I wonder if they put James Franco. Ain't no way. But in terms of actual seeing somebody on screen, you get to see Doc Ock from the OG Spider-Man. That's right, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. He is back, and he just basically comes in there with the iconic "Hello, Peter" line. So he's here in the universe, and he's about to wreak havoc. And I don't know why. I don't know the story. I don't know the plot, but it seems like all the bad guys are here, which basically makes people think that potentially all the good guys are going to be there. You know, specifically Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and Andrew Garfield. That's going to be kind of awkward with him being there, but they might be there, or it may be just Tom Holland fighting all the bad guys. Who knows? If you don't have Tobey Maguire in this film, I'm going to cancel Spider-Man. You can't do it. You can't have Doc without Tobey. Anyway, that's Spider-Man No Way Home, the trailer that came out and how it's breaking records. Let me know how you guys feel. I made a poll on this, but who do you guys like most in terms of the best Spider-Man / Peter Parker? Okay, Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland? Andrew Garfield ain't gonna win. I'm sorry. You know, they did him dirty. His writing for his movie was kind of bad. Me personally, I'm an OG. I love me some Tom Holland, but I really like Tobey Maguire's portrayal of both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I love me some Tobey Maguire, so I'm Team Maguire, Team Tobey, but I do not blame you if you like Holland as well. Also in world news, in case you guys didn't know, everyone is doing the crate challenge. And I pray to God that nobody gets paralyzed and or dies from said challenge. The crate challenge basically got popular a few days ago, and it just crates piled up together, those grocery store crates that you see on the side of Food Line or Safeway or whatever. People are climbing up them in the hood because it's the only place that you can usually find these crates, and they're climbing up and they're trying to climb down basically in a pyramid platform. You've probably seen it, you probably know, and people are falling, they're getting hurt, they're getting destroyed. This man's right here is literally falling to his doom. A lot of you guys wanted me to make a video about it, but I'm pretty sure it falls underneath the guidelines on YouTube of like people getting hurt. So if I like showed the clip, it would get demonetized, so I can't show you. But yeah, this man's about to die. He's not really about to die, but he's about to get hurt. And a lot of people have just been falling off, climbing up in there, trying to challenge it. And yeah, it's a thing. You know, everyone's bored right now. It's COVID. It seems kind of fun. To be honest, it's funny. It's funny as hell, but it's not going to be funny if someone dies, and I just hope no one dies, but it's going to happen eventually. I'm pretty sure people have already become severely hurt. I would not be surprised if somebody destroyed their back, had to go to the doctor, did something to their vertebrae, did something to their head. I saw some dude face plant a freaking, they did the damn challenge on the street. Like, there wasn't even cushion. There was no grass. It was on the street. And my man face planted the street from like 15 feet in the air. So be careful on these streets, y'all, with this box crate challenge. It's one of those challenges that, you know, get really popular on TikTok and Twitter and everywhere. And I'm kind of worried that it's going to go viral to the point where somebody gets extremely messed up. But until then, I'm going to laugh. All right, guys. So now we're done with the kind of like the gaming and the culture news and stuff like that. Let's get into some of the bigger topics. Now, this topic is really huge. It won't be too big, but it's a huge announcement. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Dark Shadow 5476 said the sus men are back. Daequan and Hamlinz, the GOATs. If you guys don't know about Hamlinz and Daequan, and I specifically know more about Daequan, not too much about Hamlinz, OG Fortnite YouTubers. I believe they were both originally with YouTube and they've been gone. They have not existed on the internet. I believe Daequan stepped back to kind of take care of his health, and he hadn't been on the internet for years, it felt like. Like, maybe he would have popped up once or twice, but this man just didn't exist. You come down to his Twitter profile, you can see that the last time where he was really active when he was playing was actually March 12th, 2020, a very long time ago. And then at one point he kind of just, you know, here November 26, 2020, saying, feeling better than I have in years, always thankful. That's when he was basically given an update. And now it's August 24th, almost a full year from this one. He had made this little eye emoji basically hinting that he was coming back. As 361,000 likes. Okay, that's huge. The return of Daequan and Hamlinz is absolutely huge. As you guys can see, here's Daequan's Twitter profile, and yeah, it says NRG. There's a lot of confusion here, right? Like his name here is still on Twitch is TSM. He's got the TSM border here, and his profile picture, he's got the TSM shirt. But apparently him and Hamlinz are now with NRG, the esports team. So yeah, if you've never again heard of Daequan, if you've ever heard any kids going around saying something is doo-doo, like doo-doo, then it's doo-doo. It's from Daequan. This man revolutionized with him along with TSM Myth, just the black Fortnite tubers essentially, and he was just basically the GOAT. He stepped away and now he's back. And I can't say too much about Hamlinz because to be honest, I didn't watch too much Hamlinz, but I know he is an extra big deal as well. And yeah, this is big news in the Fortnite and the black community and all together. This is a dub. This is a dub. People are coming back that we actually want to come back for 2021, and it's good. So yeah, they're going to be streaming tomorrow 1 o'clock p.m., which is actually today PSP Eastern, so that's 4 o'clock Eastern. NRG is thumbing the return of this dynamic duo. I cannot wait to see it. Another W coming from Serval saying OnlyFans pulled back on their decision to get rid of sexually explicit content. So 23 hours ago yesterday, OnlyFans made a tweet saying, thank you to everyone for making your voices heard. We have secured assurances necessary to support our diverse creator community and have suspended the planned October 1st policy change. In case you guys weren't aware, and I'm sure most of you were if you watch my channel, but if you're just the first time here or you just don't even know, OnlyFans was going to shut down as of October 1st. They had made an announcement essentially saying, number one, that they were going to get rid of nude content, but basically it was going to be like hardcore stuff. So people were thinking like, oh, you can still be nude, you know, you can still kind of, you know, show your stuff, the boobies and the booties and all that stuff. But then it got updated. They updated the terms of service and they were like, none, no adult content whatsoever. So although, you know, workers were out there getting kind of worried because they were like, okay, what are we going to do with our platforms now? Where do we go? A lot of sex workers were going to be out of their jobs and their money, and they were going to absolutely destroy their entire website because OnlyFans was literally created and funded because of these sex workers. Now, the argument here is that they initially did not want this to be the case. They were supposed to be maybe a Patreon only type account. Like it was supposed to be like Patreon, but then all the sex workers was like, yeah, let's use OnlyFans. And then it became that. So that's the argument that's going down. But people are really upset that OnlyFans will try to do this to their workers simply because they are the reason why OnlyFans became so huge. OnlyFans would not been able to be in this position if it wasn't for them. So people feel like that OnlyFans kind of just used them up like a sponge and then just tossed them out when they were done with it. The reason why they wanted to is because they wanted to attract more investors, and investors usually stay away from anything that has anything to do with adult content. Anyway, I didn't finish this. OnlyFans stands for inclusion, and we will continue to provide a home for all creators. Yeah, of course you'll continue to create a home for all creators after everyone and their mom was basically complaining and crying. Imagine if your parents said that they were going to ban you October 1st, right? Your parents said, listen, Timmy, as of October 1st, you're going to be living on the streets by yourself. Sorry, that's just how it's got to go. That's just how it's got to be. And then later they say, actually, we're going to suspend that change a little, Timmy. We stand for inclusion and we will continue to provide. Bro, no, that's nah. You can't do that. I mean, while it's great that they are suspending it, this was basically under a bunch of pressure that was happening on the internet, probably realizing, to be honest, that their business plan was going to completely just collapse. Like, it was going to collapse. There's no way that OnlyFans was going to exist without their creators. Like, there's no way. The image is already there. It's already been tarnished. You're done. Just take it. Just let the company do that and just host another company or something like that if you want to expand. But just Jesus Christ, bro. Like, anyway, if you kind of look at some of the Twitter comments, this person said something about the special way you gaslight and manipulate us is starting to make me feel like this account is run by one of my ex-boyfriends. Oh, my girl Miari said, quote, diversify, quote, suspended, which means they can actually still enact this. Suspension does not mean remove. Suspension means we might delay it until another day. So a lot of people, if you're OnlyFans, you still might want to go to Fansly or somewhere else because it can still happen. Mommy and daddy can still toss you out in the streets. It went from we don't have the means to suddenly we do. Was it the drop in revenue and negative PR? Question mark. You still choose to only promote suitable work presenting creators on Twitter. Grossly transparent, wanting to reap the benefits, but don't want to put in the work. My opinion, OnlyFans is sus. And someone needs to come out with an OnlyFans too. Someone needs to come out with a platform where everyone can like leave OnlyFans and safely exist on this new platform that will exist and stay and not do the same thing that they're doing. Not only because I don't want OnlyFans to get the revenue, but I would like for all sex workers to feel safe and comfortable on a platform where they don't have to be removed just because, you know, their propaganda is about the religious and church and MasterCard and Visa and money. You know what I'm saying? Like, to not be taken advantage of. Okay, sex workers have been taken advantage of for decades now, so this is no surprise. But yeah, that's OnlyFans getting post-nut clarity and changing their decision. Let me know how you guys feel about the Uno reverse card. All right, I'm gonna keep this one short because a lot of you guys probably already heard about this, but hopeful Grassadia said Dr. Disrespect suing Twitch, and it links to an IGN article that says Dr. Disrespect is suing Twitch over his ban from his platform. If you guys don't know, Dr. Disrespect, about last year, I would say, sometime last year, got banned from Twitch, and nobody knows why. It's one of the mysteries of the universe that we need Sherlock Holmes to solve. The case, the detective, someone somewhere needs to figure this out. No one knew why Dr. Disrespect had to move to YouTube gaming. He was one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, if not the biggest. It was a huge deal, and the fact that nothing got said about anything was kind of wild. I do remember around this time-ish, there were allegations or claims or actual truths that he, you know, cheated on his wife. And I don't think that has anything to do with the situation, but it was around the same time. So people were kind of wondering if that was the case. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to take you straight to the source of the clip where we all find out that this is happening.
I'll tell you, man, it's been extremely disheartening. It's been a roller coaster of emotion, and it's absolutely sucks. And to end off my little discussion here, but a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now. Okay, so he didn't know the reason why he got banned from his platform initially. How do you get banned from Twitch and you don't know the exact reason for so long? He said now he's known for months now, but he did not know is what he's claiming for a while. Reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the out of him. Okay? And yeah, that's the clip. Dr. Disrespect is suing Twitch. And I'm just curious to see how this goes. That means by suing Twitch, eventually somewhere down the road, we are going to find out why. We're going to find out the reason. And I swear to God, okay? If the reason is something stupid, I'm going to be so mad, okay? It probably will be because it is Twitch, but it needs to be something epic, okay? It's gotta be. The build up for this situation, the build up for this anime arc is just too high. Anyway, that's all you really need to know about Dr. Disrespect and suing Twitch. I hope that he wins. It's not that I hate Twitch, it's just Twitch needs to be held accountable, and I just love seeing Twitch be held accountable because they get away with a lot of things they shouldn't do. There's too much hypocrisy in Twitch over the years, and everyone's pissed off about it, but you can't do anything about it because they're a big company. But yes, I'll let you guys know if there's any follow-ups from this. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about Dr. Disrespect
suing Twitch. What an anime arc, man. It was one of the number one streamers on Twitch, and now he's suing them. This is wild how much can change in a short period of time. All right, fellas, let's finally talk about it. DJ is back, said CallMeCarson is back. Yeah, this is not a test. This is not a drill. That is actually official. CallMeCarson has posted on his YouTube a video said moving forward, and he is officially back. In fact, if you kind of just scroll down, probably even here, it's trending with 20,000 tweets saying Carson, YouTuber CallMeCarson uploads a video titled moving forward 7 months after allegations of inappropriate communications with minors were leveled against the creator. And yes, everyone everywhere is going absolutely mad. Quick recap in case you don't know what's going on with CallMeCarson, who he is, or why this is a big deal. CallMeCarson was a very big, huge YouTuber. I used to hang out with a bunch of people in the Minecraft SMPs with Jay Schlatt and other guys. And then January-ish, a bunch of his friends came out and said they no longer associate with him. I said about 3 or 4 people basically said, we do not want to be a part of it. We've talked about Carson and his past, and we are disassociating ourselves from them. Jay Schlatt being one of the biggest people to basically step away and say that he has some issues. And yeah, they all distanced themselves and pushed away about some girl who's only been like a 2-year age gap, I think, at the time when this was in question. I think the biggest issue was the fact that there might have been some photography that had been procured, and there might have been more information that we don't know about the subject. All we know is that his closest people preemptively stepped away. Preemptively. This was not something where he was getting canceled and then they had a response. It wasn't a situation where Carson made a confession and he was getting a response. This was a situation where his closest friends preemptively backed off from him, then making it a situation, and he has never addressed it until today. So yeah, here's Carson. Says moving forward, it already has 1 million views, and as you can tell, there's a civil war. Okay, in terms of people who like Carson, dislike Carson, think that Carson is a good guy, think that Carson is a bad guy. But as you guys can tell on YouTube, just from the dislike ratio, 209,000 likes versus 10,000 dislikes. That is a very huge disparity considering the allegations that were against him. He's not in hot water. This is, in terms of majority of people on the internet, great news. So we'll go ahead and just watch the video. It's only 1 minute and 30 seconds, and just in case you've missed it, or maybe you want to just watch it again, see what he has to say. There are some controversial things. I guess the only controversial thing about this video, I won't even spoil it, but is that there's the absence of something that people are wanting, and we'll talk about it.
In a while, this isn't going to be your average YouTuber apology video, and I'm not going to make it long and drawn out. I've learned a lot this past year. I'm not seeking forgiveness, nor am I looking to make excuses. I'm sure some of you are expecting some long drawn out video explaining my truth of the situation, but I have no intentions of doing that. I'd much rather just tell you what I can do in the future.
Okay, so just pausing. He's not going to talk about his side at all. He said this is not going to be long, this is not going to be drawn out, and of course it's not going to be longer drawn out, because he's simply saying, look, I know a lot of people have said a lot of things about me. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm just not going to. I'm just going to move forward. I'm just going to talk about what I am doing moving forward. A lot of people felt that he was sweeping the situation under the rug by doing so, by not acknowledging it, but yeah, that's what he's saying right now.
The next year, I plan to donate 100% of my profits to charity, with a different charity being the focus each month. Now, before you start thinking of this as an excuse to sweep things under the rug, that's not what this is. I'm doing this because I want to turn a negative situation with a lot of eyes on it into something positive that can help a lot of people.
Okay, so he says that he doesn't want to sweep the situation under the rug. The whole point of him doing it for a full year, all profits from his stream, or is it YouTube, or is it just his Twitch? But all profits are going to charities. And he's doing this to turn a negative situation into a positive one. But he's not doing it to sweep it under the rug, which, okay, I hear what he's saying. I just want to be clear. By not acknowledging the situation, I guess technically it is sweeping it under the rug. Like, I think that's literally the definition of sweeping under the rug. It's his choice. He's obviously allowed to sweep it under the rug, but it is, right? Like,
it's still happening, but I guess, you know, doing it for charity is better than nothing and just going forward. Because to be honest, if he wanted to, he could just go forward and he didn't have to donate to charity at all. He didn't have to do this. So he's doing it for a reason, turning a negative into a positive. So, okay.
I'm going to officially come back to streaming on September 1st at twitch.tv/CallMeCarson
That's
live.
next week.
And I'll go into a little bit more detail about how this year of charity will work. I'm not going to answer any specifics of the situation with me, nor am I going to do anything to cause any more drama than there already is. Genuinely, I just want to do my own thing and raise money for some people that need it more than me. And if that's something you're interested in, then stop by. We're starting the first month with Games for Love, and all profits throughout September will go to them, including those from YouTube and Twitch subs and such. You can find out more about this year charity, or YALK as I'm calling it, at callmecarson.live, which is linked down below. That's where me and my team will be updating it with blog posts each month. But yeah, that's about it. I hope to see you there on the 1st. And yeah.
So yeah, that's the Call Me Carson video called Moving Forward. The big thing that was making a lot of people upset, well, specifically on Twitter, Big Baby Rage Mad, is the fact that there was no apology, which we'll talk about in a second, okay? Well, let's get all the information first before we start making any, you know, claims or statements or opinions. If you guys come into the comment section on YouTube, it says here, YouTube comments, positivity, understanding, and support. Twitter comments, negativity, demands, and anger. That's... This is absolutely right. Twitter is hella toxic. People on Twitter will follow you to hate you, but also people on Twitter who don't follow you can still talk about you and share information. That's the difference between on YouTube. Whereas on YouTube, majority of these people have to come to his video to make a comment. You know, they have to come here. They're not going to accidentally stumble upon it. And also, a lot of these people are subscribers as well. This person said, honestly, I find it mature that he's accepting it all. Welcome back, Carson. I don't know what accepting it all means, but okay. Here's one, 20,000 likes. The situation is hard to have a stance on, but I think him wanting to do good with his platform is a better alternative than nothing. Best of luck to you, Carson. Now, let's switch back to the demon site hellspawn known as Twitter. Where the majority of people are Big Baby Rage Mad. I believe the majority of the people who are extremely upset about the situation is Minecraft Twitter. Minecraft Twitter is huge. Minecraft Twitter, if you don't know, Twitter is basically a community of like 15-year-old boys and girls who watch Dream and all those SMPs, and they usually come up here. And that type of community goes around canceling a bunch of people and being offended, essentially. Okay, they are basically like the second level generation of BTS stans. Okay, is the Dream fans and the Minecraft Twitter. Here's Two Mad saying woo. You know, Two Mad's been a huge fan of Call Me Carson. I guess they're friends or something. But yeah, he's been wanting Call Me Carson to come back for a very long time, so he's excited. Here's a tweet. Hot take: as long as Carson said sorry to the victims, which he did, he doesn't have to apologize to the people who shouldn't never been involved in the first place, aka you and me and the rest of the internet. And let's be real here, you'd still find something to be mad about even if he did. It's just how Twitter is. Somebody said, no way am I witnessing a Dream fan actually being decent. This person said, man, you promoted your Twitch more times than you even said sorry, which you didn't even do, which is the bare minimum in my opinion. Which someone replied, just like a bunch of other people, I'll iterate this. He doesn't need to apologize to the public. The situation was something to be solved privately, and most likely he did. We as a community are not owed an apology. We weren't involved. Only the girl and his friends were. So yeah, Call Me Carson's back, and he's going to be streaming live on twitch.tv. You got one side of people basically being extremely happy that he's back. Extremely happy, very satisfied with his video, looking forward to the future, moving forward. And you have another side of people on the internet who were very upset about Call Me Carson. Still upset. The fact that he did not address anything, the fact that he did not apologize, and they're just extremely upset and pissed off, using all these trigger warnings and still calling them G-word, the groomer, but that doesn't make sense. I don't believe that was the case. There's a 2-age difference, but I do understand that there are other concerns with the allegation, in my opinion. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Number one, I'm actually very, very surprised that Call Me Carson did not address anything. All of his friends came out and said something. So to me, I thought that it was going to be kind of weird and awkward when he does come back, because I was curious to see if he was going to address all the claims with all of the people who publicly spoke about him. Okay. Now, if Carson did talked with these people in private, talked with the victim in choice, or any of the people who came out with these allegations, and he talked and he apologized and he worked things out, that would be absolutely great. If he did, I don't know it, but he is saying that he did say sorry specifically to the people involved. And the people involved are not me and you. What I do heavily dislike about this situation is anybody on Twitter literally saying, where's the apology? Because when something like this happens, the audience, the people, the user base, even people who don't like him are sitting there kind of on this high horse with their arms crossed, just waiting for this huge YouTuber to apologize to them. Where's the apology? To who? To what? To where? No one owes you or me an apology. We don't care and we don't matter. And I feel like a lot of people on Twitter have this superiority complex where they feel like they are offended by someone. They are involved in this situation somewhere, and therefore they are entitled to this response from this man when you're not entitled to anything. He doesn't have to say anything. He does not actually have to make this video. He can do whatever the heck that he wants. He is not obligated. There is no obligation. That's the point. And people feel like there's an obligation for Carson to do something in a certain way. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have to do anything. I don't get the guys of why are these people saying no apology, no apology. This is a terrible video. Yeah, there's no apology video, and you are not entitled to an apology. Even if you feel sad or offended, if you were a fan of him and he hurt your feelings, you are still not entitled to an apology. You're entitled to nothing. This is a take it or leave it situation. If you don't like his actions, you can speak out against it, or you can just not watch Carson. Number two, it still kind of puts us in a weird situation, right? Because if Carson did go to the parties involved, we still don't know who the parties are, but if he's claiming that he talked to the actual person, the actual woman, the girl, and he apologized and he settled it, then it's done. It's over in terms of the situation. If she's cool and he's cool and they're moving on and they want to move forward, then that's it. That's literally the end of discussion. That's the end of the subject. Unless somebody wants to press charges or there's something legally, there's nothing more to come from this. Now, what I find a little strange is the fact that his entire friend group kind of pushed away publicly. That's the biggest thing. They all made these public statements backing away from Carson. And I don't think that any of them, from what I have seen, have made any kind of follow-up response publicly. If they talked privately, that's cool. And I'm not saying that they have to say something publicly, but it's just kind of hanging in the air of just like, it's like a weird room. There's an elephant in the room of a situation that still has not been addressed, and it's kind of awkward, okay? The atmosphere is awkward. As you guys can see, most people don't care. They just want Carson to come back, start making videos again, but most people don't care. So I am curious to see if any of his friends or any of the people who came out a while back are going to come back with any more statements, or if they're done. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Only time will tell. Number three, the charity thing. It's kind of weird. Carson's basically saying that he's going to be streaming, and all of the proceeds from the streams, I'm guessing specifically Twitch, are going to go to charity. For an entire year, he will make no money from his Twitch streams, is what he's suggesting, that it's all going to go towards charity, so that he can turn a negative thing into a positive thing. To me, this seems like a way for him to be kind of remorseful, because why else would you just literally for an entire year give your entire money to someone else when you don't have to? Okay, Carson didn't have to do this. He could just made a statement, said, hey, I'm moving forward. I'm going to start creating content. Come see me on Twitch. And for an entire year, he could have collected his paycheck. And all of these people who are watching will continue to do so and continue to support him. Okay, if he did not make this whole charity thing a thing, he would still get the equal amount of support, but he is making it a thing. So he will basically win over a huge crowd of people who are saying like, hey, yay, he's donating to charity, which is, donating to charity is also always a good thing, but also bad people can donate to charity as well. Okay, I'm not saying that he's a bad person, but somehow donating to charity doesn't suddenly absolve anything in terms of a situation that went down. Personally, I don't really care that he's donating to charity. He could have not donated to charity. My opinion of him would still stand, but I do think it's cool that he is trying to turn a negative thing into a positive thing. But yeah, guys, to be honest, I think that's it. I mean, to be frank, I think the biggest thing that people want to see is accountability, but there's a lot of people who feel like accountability takes place in the shape of a twit longer. where you need to come out and speak the details, address everything thoroughly, and put all these statements, have like some 1 hour statement addressing everyone's response, which then turns into everyone doing the exact same thing all over again. And then apologizing to millions of people on the internet who weren't even involved in the situation. I think a lot of people feel like that's the accountability that they were looking for, and that's not the accountability that Carson is giving to these people who are upset. So yeah, the situation's, it's awkward. There's an elephant in the room. And if you're somebody who, based off the information that you know about Carson, based off the things and the claims that have happened, that you don't like Carson, I don't blame you. I do not blame you, okay? You are entitled to your position. You're entitled to your stance. You're entitled to your feeling. The only thing that you're not entitled to is an apology. That's CallMeCarson, returning officially. The man's is good. Just as I predicted, he will be completely just fine coming back. His fan base and his user base has been huge throughout the entirety of this situation. And as time has went by, it only showed more and more how much the internet and his fans really wanted him to return. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. Just you know, leave it in the comments. I'll read it. But that's the big chunky wongy of the day. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you made it to the end, do me a favor, leave a like on the video. It really helps. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next episode. I'll be trying to push out and crank out more videos now that I'm officially back from my vacation. So, yeah, I'll see you guys around. Y'all take it easy. Keep that good energy up. And drink some water, hydrate, you know, do the deal and take care of yourself. Self-care, self-love. All right. I love y'all. Take it easy. Peace.